well in this format. It's done well a couple cups near my area. That deck is Zoroark Silvally GX. The deck is a Silvally GX, which but also uses Zoroark GX to not only as an attacker but to help set up and draw the cards you need to. So deck runs Silvally GX has a really strong ability in Jar Unit, which means your basic Pokemon have no retreat cost. So basically, it's a float stone for every single basic Pokemon, no matter your retreat cost, which is really strong, allowing you to get easy Guzmas as well as promoting something after a knockout. As long as you use Silvally, any basic can retreat for free. And it has attack for 3 energy, Turbo Drive for 120. You can put a basic energy from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. This can 2-shot most things. And then also, recycling energy back can be really strong in powering up attackers or even more Silvallies. And Rebel GX for also 3 energy does 50 times the number of your opponent's bench Pokemon, which can deal for quick one-shots and easy big threats that your opponent can get out quickly. And is the same exact damage and effect as Lycanroc GX's GX attack, which is extremely strong in the meta right now. Run 3 Silvally. I run a 2-1 split because I don't own 3 of a single Silvally. I think this is the better, I mean not Silvally, Type Null. I think this is the better Type Null, because Armor Press for DC, if you happen to be going second and have a DC to attach, you want to be attaching energy anyway to Silvally so you can get the turn 2 Turbo Drive. Armor Press can help it take less damage, but this Type Null can be just as good, hitting for 60 on anything with damage on it. Second attack is the same, so it's not like there's a huge difference between the Silvallies. I think, but I've never really attacked with Type Null, like ever, so it doesn't make the hugest difference. But if you do have access to both, I do think this is the one that you should play. But if you only have access to this one, since it's a lot cheaper and easier to get, I don't see any major problems with that. When a 3-3 Zoroark GX line, Ride is beating 20 times the amount of each Pokemon I play. I'm pretty sure everyone knows what this card does by now. For 1 DCE, really strong. Also, we can power it up with the basic attachment and attachment Turbo Drive too. And Trade is really the engine that makes this deck work, discarding 1 and drawing 2. Run 1 Decimating Necrozma GX. Since what Type Null does is help power up energy from the discard, we can discard those basic energies with Trade and use those energies to power up Decimating Necrozma to take big knockouts with Meteor Tempest. And Sun's Eclipse GX can be really good if your opponent can't deal with it, because then next turn you can Meteor Tempest. Run 1 Solgaleo Prism Star, because Corona Impact can hit for 190 on a non-GX or EX attacker, or 160 because we don't choice band, which could be really strong, especially against metal weak things. Radiant Star is extremely strong too. Your opponent in this bridge heavy format will likely have 3 to 5. I think the minimum you'll usually see, especially if Tapu Lele is staying on the board, is 3. You could easily expect 5 or 6 energy off Radiant Star late game to kind of load your board with energy. You can load up Duskmane, Necrozmas, or even early game if you're having kind of a slow start. Has 160 HP, so you could start using Radiant Star to power some things up. Run 1 Giratina to help us not immediately lose to Greninja. Greninja's starting the game popularity, and with Shadow Stitching and Giant Water Shuriken, we pretty much lose automatically. But with the Giratina promo, I think the matchup's in our favor. Run 1 Mew EX to help us deal with Buzzwole and anything else Psychic weak. First though, let's copy any of the attacks and play them. 2 Tapu Lele GX just for consistency in the grab supporters. And for those supporters, we run 2 Bridget to help us set up our basics and play. Run 3 Cynthia. A lot of Zoroark decks only run 1 Sycamore, if any, because Cynthia is just so much better since you don't have to discard any cards and you can still have a guaranteed hand refresh, as opposed to N, which is based on your prize card. So even if you have 1 prize left, you can still get 6 from Cynthia and use your trades. Run 2 Guzma, which is but we can recycle those puzzle at a time, and we have trades to help draw into them. 1 Mallow to help us hit the cards we need, and 2N to maybe to disrupt late game if we need to, and also give us a few more draw supporters. For items, run 4 Ultra Ball to grab Pokemon, 4 Puzzle at a time, play 2 to get resources back in our hand, which even with some of these low counts of cards, we can't get them back. Only card we can't get back is Solgaleo Prism Star, which goes to the Lost Zone. We run 2 Max Elixir to help. We run 8 basic Metal Energy, so it helps accelerate energy onto the bench. 2 Field Blower to get rid of tools, and even Garbodor is starting to gain popularity, so you could consider going up to 3. 2 Energy Switch to help us move our energy around, give us higher degree of freedom. Because with Max Elixir and Turbo Drive, we might have to put basic energy in places that aren't ideal, so Energy Switch lets us move them around. Also, you can power up a Silvally in 1 turn by, let's say, Max Elixir onto a basic on the bench. You can Energy Switch it up and attach a DCE. That's just one thing you can do. And we run a bunch of memories for the Silvally. That's what makes this really strong. It lets Silvally hit for weakness on pretty much anything. Pretty much all the relevant attackers in the format. Turbo Drive does 120, which is a 2-shot, but when it has weakness, it hits for 240. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a single card that's weak to colorless right now in Standard. So we run all these memories. Fighting Memory makes it a fighting Pokemon, helps you knock out Zoroark. Fire Memory helps you knock out things like Duskmane Necrozma, Metagross EX, pretty much anything weak to fire. It's kind of escaping my mind at the moment on other things, but this is a very extremely helpful card to have. Psychic Memory helps you get another answer to the Buzzwole as well, along with Mew EX. Electric Memory lets you kill Ho-Oh, which could otherwise just wipe your board. So we run all those memories help. Silvally changes types that hit for 240 for an easy knockout, as well as accelerate energy. Run 4 double colorless, 8 metal. We run 8 metal so we can always hit them, and we can always discard ones we don't need to trade. We also run 2 Max Elixir, which is why we want to have 8 so we can possibly hit them. Even if you don't need the memories in the matchup, you can still use trade to thin them out, which is another good thing. Having Zoroark in this Silvally list really lets you add more text and more one-ofs that maybe you wouldn't be able to because of consistency issues, because you can just discard them and draw a Zoroark. So anyways, that's the deck, and let's see how it runs and head into a game. A game against Houdinimics, and we're calling the flip. We'll see if we go first or second. Going first is always good since we usually need 2 attachments to attack with Silvally. And our opening hand, I think we put Duskmane up front, because even though it's a 3 retreat, once we get Silvally out, we can retreat it for free. So, and it also has 190 HP and can soak up a lot of early hits. We do have turn 1 Bridget in hand, so that's good. Probably Bridget for a type null, Zorua, and a third order thing, depending on the matchup. So let's see what we're playing against. Another Zoroark deck. So we're getting a type null and a Zorua for sure. I think we get a second type null, saying as we already have the Zorua. But and we prized 2 of our Zoroark GXs, so let's grab the type nulls for sure. Because if we can get early aggression with the Silvallies, we might be able to take those prizes and get them out. We do have both fighting memories, so it's not extremely unrealistic to get knockouts with Silvallies. We'll just attach the energy and pass. Let's see what Zoroark variant we're playing up against. We'll see after this turn 1 Bridget. Looks like it's Zoroark Lycanroc. Unfortunately, there is no grass memory to let us take out grass type Pokemon. So we'll attach DC to type null, and we'll play an N. Hopefully we hit the Silvally so we can take out the Zorua. And we do not. So I'm gonna hold this just in case we End up drawing a Tapu Lele off the top since we have no supporter. Play Max Elixir. Put it onto the type null so we can have another Silvally running up next turn in case he knocks out this type null. And I'm thinking of energy switching as well. To kind of keep the energy in play. Because I think it's highly plausible he gets to knock out on this type null, so I kind of want to spread out my energy as much as possible. And we'll click done. So let's see. Oh, he just plays the end. I guess he doesn't know her hand is dead. And does us a little bit of a favor there. Although this hand is not much better, but we do have the Cynthia. There's nothing really worthwhile to puzzle the time for. So we'll just not. So we'll probably end up just attaching DCE to this type null and playing Cynthia. It doesn't look like. Oh, he has nothing, so he's just going to pass. Play DC here. Play Cynthia. And we do hit the Silvally. We have no basic metal in the discard though, and no way to get it in the discard. That's a little unfortunate, because we would be in a really good position right now if we get the basic metal. Because right now all he needs is one energy and a Lycanroc GX to take out our Silvally. So then we'd be able to use our Sun Eclipse GX to knock it out. But unfortunately we're not in a position to do so. But I don't believe we can just sit there any longer and let him get in free poke attacks. So it looks like he will have it. So I think our best strategy is just wait and just kind of put on the early pressure. And a Sun Eclipse GX is still not out of the question here. He doesn't have the energy, so although his Zoroark deck might not with it, but he has already attached 2. So it's not guaranteed. It's Ultra Balling away, probably for his Zoroark GX to trade and draw 2 more. Gets for a Tapu Lele and Mallow. Does get the Zoroark. So hope he doesn't have the energy. He could just be trading first, just to make sure it's his best option. Oh, he does have the energy. I think we can knock out. Alright, so we're playing Tapu Lele for sure. We need to kill this Lycanroc as soon as possible. And Mallow is prized. There is one Max Elixir in here. One Max Elixir. Take the Mallow. Bench Zoroark. And I will rescue retreat Silvally back to make sure we can retreat this Zoroark. Now, this is where we have an interesting dilemma. We can attach to this Duskmane, hope to hit the Max Elixir and hit it to get the Sun's Eclipse GX off, or we attach and Turbo Drive. I think we just lose if we hit Turbo Drive because he takes another 2 prizes and goes down to 2. In which case, my best hope is still the Sun's Eclipse after that. I think this is a really low percentage play of hitting it, but it's our best chance of winning. So we're going to Ultra Ball away these two. Just going to grab Tapu Lele because that's the most chance of being helpful. And trade away Metal. No, we don't hit it. So I think we just pass. It's going to trade away Kukui. Now this is kind of a bad spot, but it's not the worst spot in the world, I suppose. That's bad for us, because now it'll be a lot harder to get Silvally up and running. I think this Duskmane Necrozma can take 4 prizes for us. Now it definitely can. So, and he doesn't have a way to knock out this Duskmane. So what we can do is he's going to Claw Slash. So if we attack with Sun's Eclipse GX, we take out his only threat. And then we can end him to 3, take 2 of our prizes, and hopefully off of that we can then doesn't have a response. We can use Sun's Eclipse next turn, take another 2 prizes, and then we can try to pick off a 1 prize thing for our last prize. If not, we could always take another 2 turns to attach, and I believe our Solgaleo Prism Star is prize, so if we get out of the prizes, we can maybe use, forget what the attack is called, but the first attack to power up some things. So we definitely need to kill this Lycanroc. It's super scary right now. And we get a Zoroark and the Solgaleo Prism Star. So our hand right now, we're looking like we went from a really scary spot to it's looking pretty good right now. So he is going to Rescue Stretcher. I'm not sure which option he needs Supporter, so he's going to grab Lele. He looks like he is just going to, what's it called, Ride is beating this turn. Although what we could do is attach Fighting I think what we're going to do something, we're not going to Meteor Tempest this turn, but instead I think better play if he doesn't end, which he just grabbed the Sycamore, so I assume he's not going to play it, is I think the best play, since we do have the energy switch in our discard, is we have free retreat because of Silvally, we attach DCE, energy switch here, then touch Fighting Memory, we can attack for 240 here, take our 2 prizes, and power up the Duskmane Necrozma all the way to 4 energy, which can then knock out anything on the side of the field, as long as it was him probably not having an answer to Silvally. I'm not sure if that's exactly what I want to do, but let's see. I think our other options are attaching Meteor Tempesting, and then having the hope we find our energy to use Solgaleo Prism Star, or we do have the double puzzles to grab it. I like this way better because we do get more energy on the board total and more threats powered up, while also taking our 2 prizes. So let's use our trades before we do anything, because I don't think we want to be playing Cynthia this turn. So our hands always... I misclicked there. I meant to click on the Cynthia. I clicked on the Fighting Memory by accident. That's another Fighting Memory anyways. So I guess that misclick was not the worst thing in the world. But again, that was a really bad mistake I made. But if not, I probably we probably would just get it back with the double puzzles, because the only card we really need back to do this play is the energy switches. So it would have made us get 1 less card back, but I don't think that 1 card really matters. I think we get back a DCE, or we can get back Max Elixir to try to hit it. See, there's not too many cards left in our deck. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see. Here we go. So I think we do just grab the DCE. Just get our DCE into our just deck in case he ends again. So we're going to attach DCE. It's also, I guess, doesn't let him know that we have the DCE in our hand. It's going to Ultra Ball. So he might play as if we don't. Just grab the Lele so I don't draw it and I have it in my hand as an option. I don't see any harm in benching the Solgaleo Prism Star. It's not, you can't even get caught up because although I guess that could invalidate playing a 7th prize game, but in the end I don't think that matters too much because he would only way he knocks out with 1 hit is with Dangerous Rogue. If he's dangerous and if he has I don't think he really needs a Dangerous Rogue, a Solgaleo. So it looks like we're in a pretty good spot to win. We can knock out pretty much anything with this Silvally. And if not with this Silvally, we have this Decimating Necrozma, which is ready to swing for 240. It looks like he probably will end this turn if he plays 2 puzzles. If he plays 1 puzzle here, I think we pretty much automatically win. How many puzzles are in the discard? Only 1, so he probably does have the double puzzle. The fact that he's taking this long probably means he's picking what cards he wants, unless he's thinking super hard about the top 3. Okay, so it looks like what he is going to have is Lycanroc up this, knock it out, and then say, hey, you have no way to knock out this Lele, but we do have both Guzmas in deck and the Lele in hand. There's no way we don't hit it because we can't prize both Guzmas. We have 1 prize card left. So we do have game in hand, fortunately. Which is why I kind of wanted to go with this play. Because if not, he still would have been able to knock out. At least I think he would have been able to. No, he would be 10 short, but he would still be able to knock out the Decimating Necrozma and would give him more room for comeback. See how much he hit for 120, would have hit for 80. But this line of play left us with a lot higher chance of success. And I think we just Lele for Guzma for game on that Zorua. Or we could take out the Zoroark. I think I will take because it's 2 prizes and does more damage. Let's kind of do a little bit of cheesing. We will Turbo Drive for 240 and take the game. As you see, it was kind of close, but we did have a rough start and have a hard time dealing with that Lycanroc GX. But as you see, it has the tools to deal with pretty much anything against it. And you can tech it out to fit local metagames, or even if you're going to a big tournament, what you expect to play against. And I think it's a really solid deck right now, and it has good matchups with a lot of things, and I like that you can customize many things about the deck. Anyways, so that's Zoroark Silvally. Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.